Coolidge here on 103.9 WSOS, streaming online at staugustineradio.com and pontevedradio.com. Hope you're having a good morning so far. We're live from St. Augustine, 2 minutes now after 11 o'clock. David Permenter joins me live here in the studio, and of course, he is with Generation Media, and they do all sorts of things to connect businesses and professional practices with people, with folks right here in Northeast Florida. Good morning, David. How are you?
I'm better now, Kevin, just being here in the studio. This is as I think you know, my favorite day of the month each month.
Well, we enjoy David. He is a great networker. He does a tremendous job of bringing local businesses together with folks who need their services, and that's exactly what we're going to spend a little bit of time doing this morning. We're going to play some great music, too, but we're going to also highlight some very special guests we have here in the studio.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have with us today both Kanise Scott and Mark Calvy of Justice League of Credit. Welcome to WSOS and the Generation Media Radio Show. Great to have you here with us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah. So Justice League of Credit. It sounds like a Marvel Comics movie, you know?
All Mark.
That's correct. That's where the inspiration came from superheroes.
Yeah.
I love superheroes.
So in this day and age, talk to me about where we stand with those issues when it comes to personal issues of credit, especially coming out of COVID and all that. What's your general sense of things, Mark?
Yes. Mostly what's going on is a lot of people don't know exactly what are the ingredients of a credit score.
Yeah.
And once you know the ingredients of a credit or what makes up a credit score, then you'll know why your scores are the way they are.
Okay.
And right now, in this day and age, everybody needs credit.
Yeah.
Such as, whether it's personal credit, business credit. I mean, everything revolves around credit.
And the type of credit or how good or bad your credit is can impact how much you pay to access it, right?
That is correct.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Kanise, I would think for example, you go and buy a car, and if you have a credit score that's 750, your payment's probably going to be a little bit less than somebody who has a credit score of 590, right?
Yep, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. So what can you guys do to help folks? What do you do?
So basically, we, of course, help everyone with getting their credit scores, of course. We increase everyone's credit score. What we do is we do what's called a free credit analysis, and the free credit analysis give us a breakdown of every single thing that's going on with your credit score. And once we have that breakdown, then our team will be able to figure out exactly what techniques we need to get done in order to get the negative items off your credit report in a legal manner.
Yeah. And that can really help people. And not only that, I guess a lot of folks don't realize that things can change pretty quickly, right? We're not talking about something that's going to take 3, 5, 7 years, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Our program is normally 6 months or less.
Wow.
But we always tell people to always follow our recommendations. And if you steer away from those recommendations, of course, the process can take longer.
Yeah.
So
you guys do work in the credit field every single day, every hour of the day.
Yes.
What's, not to give away the Colonel's secret recipe here, but what's one thing you would tell people as a public service that they should do to help their credit? I'm going to let each one of you give us an answer. Kanise, your ladies go first.
Oh, man. Well, I would start early. The sooner you start, the better. Because anything could happen in between while you're working on your credit, like actively working on it. You don't know. So
yeah, I would think that's true too. A lot of our listeners, because of the music we're playing, are aged 45, age 50 and older, so they're going to have adult kids that maybe are in college or getting out of high school. Sometimes you get a little nervous about them having a credit card, but it's important to start getting credit at an early age, right? And show that you can handle it. Yeah, building your credit, right? All right, so that was, Kanise had a really good one. How about you, Mark?
I would say make sure that you pay bills on time, because that's a big factor. And also making sure you keep your credit card balances low.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep them low and show that you can service them, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, obviously it gets a lot more complicated than that. A lot of folks out there have, let's face it, credit that has been impacted by life, right? Whether it's divorce or separation, there's been a death in the family, there's been healthcare crises, right? And you guys can help folks with that, right, Kanise?
yes, we can.
Yeah. David, I hogged all the time. You've been over there dying to ask a question. Oh, come on. These are good questions I asked.
No, actually, my curiosity is how you got into this business in the first place. I doubt that when you're in elementary school, people ask you, what do you want to do when you grow up? I doubt this was it.
That's what Mark
I wanted
said.
to be, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a duck before I was even wanting to be a fireman. So, so how'd you get into this? Kanise, Mark?
Well, we met in 2018. He was doing trucking. I was working at the truck stop and stuff. So we met there. He was already kind of in the business in and out a little bit. But he kind of revamped 2019 summer
2019
ish. Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm on board too. So that's where it kind of started stem from.
And you guys have been working together ever since.
Yes.
Yeah. And Mark, what motivated you to say, hey, I can help people get better credit?
Definitely. So of course, Kanise stated, at the time I was a truck driver and trying to be able to take care of bills and, trying to manage my credit. It was just hard doing that over the road. And unfortunately, in a car accident that I was involved in where someone hit me, basically left me partially disabled, where I had multiple injuries and stuff to my back. I was like, you know what? I want to serve people and I want to give back because I know how it feel having, credit where it's not good. And once I learned how to fix my own credit, when I actually had the time and to be able to help my family and my friends, I knew that I can be able to do this for other people and to be able to serve my community. And ever since then, I've learned to build my craft. And Kanise, she helps me, of course. And we have a team of our team here at Justice League of Credit. It's not just us. We have a wide set of team members. But I love doing it because I love helping people. That's my passion, is to help people.
How long have you been doing it?
How
long?
I was in and out doing credit ever since 2015, but then I didn't really take it serious until 2019. So, and ever since then, within the past year and a half, 2 years, it's been amazing journey. Journey.
Awesome.
So, Mark and Kanise, Mark, what's the best way for people to connect with you guys? How can they learn more about you? Kanise?
You can actually check us out on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook under Justice League of Credit.
Okay.
Yeah. We definitely respond to comments and messages and stuff like that.
All right. We'll also try to give you some other contact information. We'll also connect them to us via the WSOS Facebook page and Instagram. So check that out. And tell you what, we'll be right back. So, Mark, how long did you drive truck?
So driving trucks, I've been doing it. Well, was doing it for about 12 years.
Wow.
I loved it, but I know at the end of the day, I was looking for a change, and I found my change, and it was basically here serving people.
Yeah. Mark and Kanise are both with us. They are with the Justice League of Credit, and they can help you improve your credit score, which is critical to almost every aspect of your life, whether you're buying a car, whether you're looking at buying a home. Gosh, even people when they're looking at, healthcare bills and stuff, your credit gets impacted, right, Mark?
Definitely.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't be surprised if prospective employers look at that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They do, actually. They look at your employers, whether you're getting home insurance or car insurance, whether you're trying to get a phone. Its credit revolves around everything.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Once again, Kanise Scott is with us, Mark Calvy as well, and they are with the Justice League of Credit right here in Northeast Florida. You can go to justiceleagueofcredit.com for more information, justiceleagueofcredit.com. If you have any questions about how to improve your credit score, what they can do hands-on to help you, call 904-339-8051. And don't worry, we'll give you that number again here in just a few moments so you can put it in your phone or jot it down. 904-339-8051. What do you see, Mark, in this part of Florida in terms of the most common way that people, blow up their credit? Things just go south.
Well, mostly things, of course, that I see a lot is a lot of people will max out their credit cards. They will go to car dealerships and constantly run their credit. And I always tell people, if you go to a car dealership, always ask how many times are they going to run your credit? Yeah. Because 9 times out of 10, they'll say once, but no, they normally send that out to a lot of different dealers. And that's constant hard inquiries on your credit. And that will definitely bring down your credit score a lot.
That somehow seems so unfair that just just checking into a credit opportunity can be a mark against you.
Exactly.
I think it's BS.
Yeah. There's a lot about the system that is BS. But I had that same experience. I actually tried to was buying a car actually a couple of years ago, and every time the gentleman would say, well, let's look at this credit union. Let's look at this bank. Hey, I think I might be able to get you a better deal here. And of course, I'm saying, well, yeah, okay. And he never said I'm going to ding your credit each time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I get this like alert from Experian or whatever that, hey, your credit's been dinged 7 times. In like 12 minutes. Ooh. But I mean, in defense of the gentleman, he was trying to get me a better rate, but at the same time, every time he did it, you're taking a hit on your credit.
Exactly.
Well, is there a way for a business to do a credit pull without having that negative implication?
It depends. It depends because every company has their criteria. What we always normally do with our customers or anybody that's inquiring, we always tell them, just give us a call. That way we can do an analysis on your credit first to see if your scores are adequate to get approval for a car loan or whatever it is that you're trying to do before you go. That way you're not making a mistake and putting a hard inquiry on your credit report.
So you can do that without the ding.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
A soft pull.
Soft pull. Okay,
Yep.
that was the name I was looking for. I knew there was a name there somewhere. Yeah.
Well, we've all heard that phrase, right, Kanise, that sort of knowledge is power thing. But when it comes to credit, most of us don't know squat. I mean, we really don't. Yeah, I mean, you guys do. You're professionals in the area.
Exactly.
But for the rest of us, we you fill out a credit card application once every 4 or 5 years, and that's about it. Maybe go for a car loan. But in the middle of that, you can really mess up your credit.
Exactly. And again, there is 5 ingredients of a credit score that I did want to mention.
Okay.
It's payment history, total amounts owed, or AKA credit utilization. The length of credit history means the length that you had your oldest account or accounts. The types of credit, such as revolving accounts or installment loans. That revolving is credit cards, and installment loans are like car loans or secured loans from the bank, anything like that. And inquiries or new credit. That's basically any inquiries that you incur when trying to obtain a loan or some type of account with a company.
Interesting. Well, if you have issues with your credit and it's costing you money because it is, or maybe it's preventing you from buying the home that you want or the car that you want, they should get in touch with you guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah. JusticeLeagueOfCredit.com. They're based right here in Northeast Florida. JusticeLeagueOfCredit.com. You can call 904-339-8051. That number again, 339-8051. We'll be back in the late 70s, believe it or not. 22 minutes after 11 o'clock, 86 degrees already, David Permenter.
Woo, doggy Jeffrey.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
getting hot out there.
11th
And
day of
balmy.
August. Yeah, it's going to be humid. It's going to feel like 105 degrees this afternoon. We also are keeping an eye now on Tropical Storm Fred, which apparently now has Northeast Florida in its sights for Sunday through Tuesday. We'll keep you updated on that as it progresses.
I'm sorry, Kevin, but you would think that somebody could come up with a better name than Fred.
Oh, that's not nice. What if your name Fred? Now you've insulted all the Freds out there.
Well,
there was another tropical storm that was going on the West Coast in Mexico. And
Yeah?
it was Tropical Storm Kevin. So,
Oh, wow.
my namesake is out there.
You're famous.
Speaking of namesakes, we have Kanise Scott here with us and Mark Calvy, and they are with
morning.
Justice League of Credit. Good morning, folks.
Morning.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
Justice League of Credit. I do love the name, and of course you can't see because it's radio, so you have to use your imagination, right? But the logo even kind of conveys the Justice League, right? Mark?
Definitely.
But it's so important because it impacts people's ability to, get credit cost effectively. We always see these buy here, pay here car lots where they're say, oh yeah, if you got bad credit, come here and get a car. The only problem with that, Mark, is you're going to pay 19% interest on the car loan.
More
than that. I'm trying to be nice. Yeah.
More.
I mean, and so people say, well, it's okay. At least I got I got a ride or I got a car. But it's like, that's what keeps that whole cycle of, poverty going, right?
Mm-hmm.
People paying so much
Interest.
for credit over and over again.
Interest rate.
I think also people have no idea on a large scale what people are actually paying in interest and taxes. Those two things together are kind of almost hidden.
Yeah.
And but it's brutal.
Yeah.
Very.
It's brutal.
So, Mark, we were talking off the air with Mark, and, of course, all of us are procrastinators to some extent. But, boy, that is one issue, right? If you know your credit isn't very good and you're hoping that you'd like to either rent a new place, buy a new home, get a car, buy some furniture at some point in the next several months, you need to fix it now.
Correct. Because the quicker you start now, the better, and the time that we have to get your credit where it needs to be, the more that our team can help you get you on the right track.
Yeah.
And the most common mistakes, again, that a lot of people make is, like as Kevin said, is procrastinating. Mm-hmm. And so I'm a big procrastinator too. Sometimes I'm not, like everybody else. But once I get started on something, I like to see everything through and like to get it done. Yeah. So the sooner, the possible.
What's realistic, Mark, in terms of, somebody's listening to us right now, they've had some hiccups, maybe they've had some relationship breakup that caused some financial problems, or, they had some health issues, and maybe their credit score is, say, in the mid fives, or, mm-hmm. 580, somewhere around there. Is it realistic to think that you could get them an extra 50 to 100 points on their credit score within the next year?
Yes, it definitely. It's just, again, it all depends on that person.
Right.
You have to want it. Yeah. And if you want it, then we can help you. Mm-hmm. But the first thing that we do, of course, is that credit analysis. That free credit analysis is the most important key factor in everything. So we can know exactly how and what's on your credit report. That way our team can basically see how we can help you. But again, it's very realistic. And again, our program is 6 months or less.
How does one go about finding out what their credit score is to know if they need help or not?
They can, of course, reach us here at Justice League of Credit at 904-339-8051, and we can guide them on getting the free credit analysis so we can do that breakdown report.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll show how everything is reporting on the credit, if it's inaccurate or accurate. And sometimes even just like basic information that that's pulled up on there, it'll affect everything as well.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. One thing I've learned too is that you have the three major credit reporting agencies, and the scores can be pretty wildly different between the three, right? Mm-hmm. We just assume, if I'm pretty good with TransUnion, I'm okay with the others. Not necessarily the case, right?
Exactly.
Is there one that's particularly tough? Tougher than the others?
Experian.
Yeah. So you're going to get the lowest score typically from Experian.
Yes and no. It's just that when you're trying to get certain things off your credit report on your own, mm-hmm. it's difficult with that particular bureau. But all the other bureaus, such as TransUnion and Equifax, mm-hmm. no problem.
Is there not? I just recall having seen or heard something about a credit score that is like an average of the three of those or something like that, just one number. Am I imagining that?
I know that there's two different credit scoring systems. You have a Vantage scoring system, and then you have a FICO score.
FICO, that's what I was thinking of, yes.
They both have different criteria, such as how they base your credit score. And those three ingredients that I mentioned earlier are the key factors of the FICO score.
But are they pulling their information from the three main bureaus?
Yes, correct. And it basically gives an average on how you pay your bills, how well that you have a good credit mixture. Everything comes into play.
Okay.
And each of those have a certain percentage, such as payment history. That's worth 35% of your credit score, which is a huge, that's a lot.
Yeah, sure.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And balance owed is 30%, which is another key factor, which is all the balance that you currently have, including how much you spend on your credit card.
Including mortgage?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mark and Kanise know their stuff, obviously. Justice League of Credit, locally based right here in our part of the world. Go to justiceleagueofcredit.com. That's justiceleagueofcredit.com. If you know somebody who's struggling with bad credit and it's limiting their ability to live life to its fullest, connect them, with Mark and Kanise by giving them the website, justiceleagueofcredit.com, justiceleagueofcredit.com. Hey, Mark, before we let you and Kanise go, you wanted to do a shout-out to Flagler Hospital and some folks there, right?
Yes, I want to give a shout-out to Flagler Hospital and Dr. Manacle. I want to say thank you all. Back in March, I was involved in a bad car accident where, again, I had to have emergency surgery, and I was basically on my deathbed for about 5 days, and Flagler Hospital staff They treated me very well, and I appreciate them. And Dr. Manical, I want to say thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Very awesome. Well, thank you for doing that. You guys did great. Kanise, that was fun, wasn't it?
It was. I like it.
See?
Energy in here is good.
Yeah. Mark, we appreciate you guys. Good luck with the good work that you're doing, okay?
We appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Thank you.